The Jin Dynasty was established in 1115 AD by the Jurchen people. This marked the rise of a new power in northern China after years of Song dynasty dominance. The Jurchen people originated from the region that is now modern-day Manchuria. Their homeland provided them with strategic advantages for military campaigns against neighboring states. Aguda, later known as Emperor Taizu, was the founder and first emperor of the Jin Dynasty. His leadership united various Jurchen tribes under one banner, creating a formidable force. The Jin Dynasty adopted Chinese administrative practices to govern its territories effectively. This helped integrate their rule into existing systems while maintaining cultural continuity. The Jin conquered the Liao Dynasty in 1125 AD, ending Khitan rule over parts of northern China. This victory expanded their territory significantly and weakened rival powers in the region. In 1127 AD, the Jin captured Kaifeng, the capital of the northern Song dynasty. Known as the Jinkang Incident, this event led to the collapse of the northern Song. After capturing Kaifeng, the Jin forced the Song court to relocate southward, forming the southern Song dynasty. This division created two distinct political entities within China during the period. The Jin dynasty ruled an area stretching from Manchuria to parts of modern-day Mongolia and Korea. Their expansive control demonstrated their ability to manage diverse populations and landscapes. The Jin implemented a dual governance system combining Jurchen traditions with Chinese bureaucracy. This hybrid approach allowed them to balance ethnic identity with efficient administration. The Jin dynasty faced constant threats from nomadic groups like the Mongols on their western borders. These external pressures eventually contributed to their downfall in the 13th century. Wanyan Liang, also known as Emperor Hailing, moved the Jin capital to Yanjing, modern Beijing, in 1153. This relocation centralized power and symbolized the dynasty's growing influence in northern China. Emperor Hailing launched several ambitious but ultimately unsuccessful military campaigns against the southern Song. His aggressive policies drained resources and destabilized the empire internally. The Jin dynasty experienced significant economic growth due to trade along the Silk Road. Merchants flourished under relatively stable conditions, boosting prosperity across the realm. Buddhism became a major religion during the Jin dynasty, influencing art and culture. Temples and sculptures from this era reflect the deep integration of Buddhist ideals into society. Confucianism remained central to Jin governance despite their non-Han origins. Officials were often trained in Confucian principles to ensure effective civil service. The Jin introduced innovations in iron production, particularly in weapons manufacturing. Superior metallurgical techniques gave their armies an edge in battles. Poetry and literature thrived during the Jin dynasty, blending Jurchen and Han styles. Writers produced works that reflected both indigenous traditions and Chinese literary forms. Women held more prominent roles in Jin society compared to other dynasties of the time. Historical records show instances of female leaders and influential figures contributing to politics. The Jin dynasty maintained diplomatic relations with neighboring states such as the Western Xiao. These alliances alternated between cooperation and conflict depending on geopolitical circumstances. The Jin faced internal rebellions, including those led by disaffected peasants and local warlords. Such uprisings highlighted the challenges of governing a multi-ethnic empire. The Jin military relied heavily on cavalry units, leveraging their expertise in horseback warfare. This strategy proved effective against slower-moving infantry forces. The Jin dynasty's legal code incorporated elements of both Jurchen customary law and Chinese statutes. This synthesis aimed to address the needs of different communities within their borders. The Jin promoted agriculture through irrigation projects and land reforms. These initiatives increased food production and supported population growth. The Jin dynasty minted coins featuring inscriptions in both Jurchen script and Chinese characters. This bilingual approach underscored their commitment to multicultural representation. The Jin engaged in extensive construction projects, including fortifications and palaces. Architectural achievements showcase their wealth and ambition as rulers. The Jin dynasty suffered devastating losses during the Mongol invasions led by Genghis Khan. Continuous warfare eroded their strength and left them vulnerable to collapse. The fall of the Jin dynasty occurred in 1234 AD when the Mongols captured their last stronghold. This marked the end of nearly 120 years of Jurchen rule in northern China. Many Jin scholars fled southward during the Mongol conquests, enriching southern Song intellectual life. Their migration facilitated cross-cultural exchanges and preserved knowledge. The Jin dynasty is credited with advancing printing technology, especially woodblock printing. Books became more accessible, fostering education and dissemination of ideas. Music and performance arts flourished under the Jin, drawing inspiration from multiple cultures. Court performances combined Jurchen folk traditions with refined Chinese aesthetics. The Jin dynasty established a postal relay system to improve communication across their vast territory. Efficient messaging networks enhanced coordination between provincial governments. The Jin practiced ancestor worship alongside shamanistic rituals unique to the Jurchen people. Religious ceremonies reinforced social cohesion and loyalty to the ruling class. The Jin dynasty's taxation system included levies on land, labor, and commerce. Revenue collection sustained their military campaigns and public infrastructure. The Jin invested in canal systems to facilitate transportation and trade. Improved waterways connected remote regions and stimulated economic activity. The Jin dynasty's interactions with the Korean Goryeo kingdom involved both conflict and diplomacy. Border disputes occasionally escalated into armed clashes before negotiations resumed. The Jin employed eunuchs in high-ranking positions within the imperial court. Their trusted status made them valuable advisors to emperors and administrators. The Jin dynasty encouraged intermarriage between Jurchen elites and Han Chinese families. Such unions strengthened ties between ethnic groups and legitimized their rule. The Jin maintained a standing army composed of both conscripts and professional soldiers. Military readiness ensured they could respond quickly to internal or external threats. The Jin dynasty's artistic output included intricate ceramics and lacquerware. Craftsmanship reached new heights, reflecting the sophistication of their culture. The Jin emphasized education, establishing schools and sponsoring examinations for officials. Scholarly pursuits were seen as essential for maintaining a competent bureaucracy. The Jin dynasty's decline began in the early 13th century due to corruption and mismanagement. Weak leadership undermined their ability to resist external pressures. The Jin dynasty's legacy influenced later regimes, including the Yuan dynasty founded by the Mongols. Administrative innovations and cultural achievements left a lasting impact on Chinese history. The Jin dynasty's capital cities served as hubs for international trade and cultural exchange. Merchants and diplomats from distant lands visited these urban centers regularly. The Jin dynasty faced natural disasters such as floods and famines that strained their resources. Environmental challenges compounded existing socio-political issues. The Jin dynasty's use of spies and informants played a crucial role in intelligence gathering. Information networks helped them anticipate enemy movements and plan strategies. The Jin dynasty's religious tolerance attracted practitioners of Taoism, Buddhism, and shamanism. Diverse spiritual beliefs coexisted peacefully under their rule. The Jin dynasty's architectural style blended traditional Chinese designs with Jurchen motifs. Buildings reflected the fusion of cultural influences shaping their era. The Jin dynasty's reliance on tribute from vassal states bolstered their treasury. Subordinate kingdoms provided goods and funds in exchange for protection. The Jin dynasty's naval capabilities were limited compared to their land-based military prowess. They focused primarily on defending inland territories rather than expanding overseas. The Jin dynasty's historical records provide valuable insights into medieval East Asian history. Chronicles and documents offer perspectives on politics, society, and daily life during their reign.